And of course, hey, what's going on? My name is Durant. Again, of course, you knew that because you clicked on the video that said Durant, Searcy. And right now, what I'm looking right now at my laptop. I'm a part of this thing called Opening Act, where people can go online and vote, and the people I'm guessing with the most votes will be a part of what's considered to be Concert of the Year at the Hollywood Bowl, and they win $10,000. So I'll leave in the description box on how you can vote. It's free, but it's a popularity contest, so I'm not expecting to win anything. So if I do, it'll be a complete shocker. But yeah, I'm not expecting because popularity contests, especially if you have something like this and you're going against a group, you have to go against the group and everybody the group knows individually as well as a group. And so you pretty much kind of don't stand a chance. So, for all it's worth, you do what you can. But I'll have the link in the description. If you want to vote, I appreciate it if you do. We'll still keep trucking whether I be a part of this or not. That's just how I do it. So, music update. July 28th is the second anniversary of Rose Colored Glasses. Rose Colored Glasses is probably the song that defines who I am as an artist, as a person. And I'm so proud of that song. And one thing about that song, I don't know if I've ever shared it. I think I shared it on Facebook. Is when I was a child, I grew up seeing abuse. I actually grew up and um, I went through some sexual abuse trauma type stuff myself. And, we're always taught as black people, well, I'm not going to say we. I was always shown and taught that, you go to God for all those things. You pray about those things. That's how you fix those things. And so I went all my life um, not fixed after, seeing people that you love get beat on by men that they loved. And being a person who was essentially sexually abused as a child. And you just I went all these years just kind of sweeping it under the rug, never really telling you. I don't think I've ever told, I didn't, as far as sexual, I never told anybody until I was maybe 30 something. And so I do get upset when people are raped or molested or whatever and they don't talk about it for years when people are saying, like, why are they waiting until now to say it? Because you just don't know. You don't know, as a person who hasn't been through it, you don't know what they had to internalize or how they grew up, how it made them feel, or how embarrassing it was to go through that, to actually open up and tell somebody. So I think it's very much out of place when people say, they should have said something when it happened. Although, now I'm just like, I would hope that people would say something, now, whether, and just kind of whatever you feel like the consequences are, you're just going to have to, uh, just go with it and hope for the best, that hopefully there's some justice or whatever that's taken for the people who actually, did it. But I went so many years broken and didn't really know it because I was holding these things in on top of, on top of being a person who was internally was hiding who a lot, I wouldn't say a huge part of who I am, but a little part of who I am as well. So I went through so many emotions as a kid. But anyways, fast forwarding, I became a songwriter when I was 15 years old. I think I've always, it was in me to be a songwriter, but it was after listening to Mariah Carey's Daydream album that I became a songwriter. I was one of those kids that was actually the first album I bought with my own money. But I used to be that kid who would look in the credits to see who wrote the song, because I was always into music. I always made up songs on the keyboard and all that stuff when I could actually play it. I'm not really good at it right now, but I was always fascinated that she made these songs that really were touching my soul, essentially, like, because I followed her career since Vision of Love. And so that really inspired me to want to write what what was bothering me, and transforming it into a song or whatever the case may be. So I essentially, when I first started writing, I wasn't writing as a I'm gonna write a song. I was writing what I was feeling to get out. And then when I became around 17 years old, then I started making it more about I'm gonna write a song. But back then I was writing songs. They were more like feelings that I was just jotting down. Then 17, I was supposed to sing for my graduation, but we ran out of time, which was another disappointment. That should have shown me right there that, oh my God, you're in for a world of disappointment when they canceled my performance, because I wrote a song for it. It was called "There Are Dreams." Dreams. Wow, I love dreams, because my new song is "Dream About You." But I started writing songs, and um, I think I started becoming great at it, in my opinion, around maybe 2012, 2013. Because I did have a EP called "The One for Me," and I prefer people not to listen to those songs. Although I believe "The Game of Love" and "The One for Me" they have so much potential. If I ever perform those live, of course, I would do a revamp of those songs. I also really connect with Thoughts, and I would love to redo "If You," because that song, that's like my least favorite song that I've ever recorded. But when I listen to it now, I'm like, there's so much potential. If I could just tweak it, I might revamp the whole EP. I don't know, probably not, but because I'm just kind of like in this mode of creating new stuff. I became great at it. And so at one point, I figured that, you know, the pain that I was going through, the pain that I've dealt with, was the reason why I became so great at um, becoming a songwriter, or being a songwriter. As a songwriter, I felt like I was great. I was getting better because I had all this pain that I was going through, this pain that I had hidden all these years, as well as the pain that I was going through at the time. This is why I'm getting so good at it. So I felt like all the time, I felt like I needed to get help outside of praying, going to church. Um, but essentially, really, what I'm saying is I avoided therapy because I felt like it was going to disrupt my songwriting. It was going to make me not, I was not going to be a great of a songwriter that I felt that I was, had I gone to essentially heal from whatever, or try to heal from all these things that I've hidden, or all these things that I've gone through as a childhood, that in my childhood, that I never dealt with. And so finally, at one point, it got so bad that I was very depressed and down. And I had, at the time, I was I've always known about my situation as a kid, but I've always hidden my situation. Although people seem, they can look at me and know what the situation is, whatever the case may be. I've always hidden it. I've fought it for so many years. And so at this point, I had gone through a relationship that was very short lived, that was probably one of the biggest life lessons I've learned. And that was like 2018, 18, 18. And so that was that was the time I started going to therapy. I decided to go to therapy because I felt like I wanted to be the best person in a relationship. And the relationship ended in therapy. There is a story out there about that, where pretty much it ended in a therapy session. So I stopped going for a long time. And then I wrote the song "Damaged." And well, I wrote a lot of songs after that. It was 2019. So around 2020, I started going back. I think it was 2020. It was somewhere around there, but early time. The thing about my life now is I remember things by what song I was doing, which is probably not great, or what emotions I felt at the time. I have an emotional memory. I don't really have a memory where I just remember everything by detail. It's like it had to have triggered an emotion for me to really remember it. But anyways, I started going to therapy seriously by myself. The relationship had ended. The situation had ended. I wouldn't say it was a relationship. The situation ended. I started taking it serious. I started taking my healing serious, even though I felt like this was going to damage my songwriting or affect my songwriting in some way. And I remember in the therapy session, the therapist said, because I was taught at one point we got into relationships and how my relationships they always fail, or they always just never, um, yeah, they just always fail. And the reason they fail is really essentially I found that is because of the same thing, because I've always gone for the same type of person, just in a different body. But she told me to write the last 10 people that I talked to, dated, or whatever the case may be. It doesn't have to be necessarily a relationship. Just talk to and trying to get to know somebody sense. And so she gave me that assignment, and that is when I wrote Rose-Colored Glasses. And I wrote, everything, because pretty much, like I said, everything was the same with each person that I talked to. And really, what the light bulb moment was, and I don't want to put rest in peace to my father. I don't want to put him under the bus, but I love him. I always will. As a kid, I always felt like I was chasing my dad to, notice me, to love me. And one thing that was the same out of everybody that I tried to talk to, or, that I was in a relationship with, it always mirrored that situation with my dad where I felt like I was chasing people to love me, have feelings for me. It just, I didn't realize that until, I was given this assignment to do. And so that motivated me. It didn't come out like, oh, I want to write a song. It was just in that moment, because I remember sitting on the floor. It was just in that moment I was able to start writing the song. And so I had the conversation with the therapist. We talked about, the 10 people. And so I pretty much went and finished the song, and basically the song ended up being my whole conversation with the therapist about this list she told me to complete. And so that's one of the reasons why Rose Colored Glasses is so special to me, because it was the first song I wrote when I was really in therapy. And it became like it's really my favorite. I think vocally as well as lyrically it's one of my best songs, and that's really something I'm proud of, because I always thought that, going to therapy my songwriting is going to suck, because I'm trying to figure things out and work on things, and it's not going to be as great. But it ended up being one of the best songs that I've done. And I think that since starting therapy, I've from there on, I think all the songs I've completed since then have been amazing. So, yeah, it is the reason I'm saying that is because July 28th will be my birthday. I'll be 41 years young. And also, it will be this 2-year anniversary of Rose Colored Glasses. I still have not performed it live. And I'm just saying, if I'm going to perform it live, I can't perform that song live for free. And people say, you got to do stuff that, you got to do things, to get yourself out there. I'm not really concerned about that at this point in my life. Rose Colored Glass is really one of the hardest songs to sing. So I cannot spend my time not talking, warming up my voice, doing all these things to sing the song, because it's really hard. Well, it's not hard for me because I can sing it, but it's really a difficult, range-wise, difficult song. And so I really have to be vocally really prepared, and that will take a lot of effort, which is time. Time. I need my money now. No, but I probably will perform that. If y'all would pick me for the opening act, I'll definitely perform it for that. But I probably will perform that sometime soon. I hope to perform it one day soon, because it's really a special song for me, and I'm so grateful that I released it on my birthday, because it really defines me as an artist, personally as a person and vocally as a singer. So I'm really, 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 really proud of that song. Speaking of that, this right here, and you shouldn't be, promoting objects. This is just sitting here because I was taking it out of my bag. But this here is Tom Ford's Metallique fragrance. And this is actually the reason this is special is sitting here, which is ironic, which is great actually. I got a lot of stuff just sitting here that you know what I'm gonna talk about what I have here. Anyways, but this is so special to me because this is the fragrance I wore when I recorded Rose Colored Glasses. This so this will always have like a special memory. I think this is one of the fragrances that I'll have to keep. I'll have to keep a bottle. I ain't no buy no more fragrances because I have so many. But I'm on a no buy. But this is probably one that when it goes out, actually it is out. I think I just have maybe a few more uses of it. But this is like the second one. But this is the fragrance I wore while I was singing Rose Colored Glasses. So this is very. It's my favorite Tom Ford. Well, no, Tom Ford. I love Tom Ford. I have uh what do I have a Tom Ford? I have the cherry one, Lost Cherry. I have that. I love that. Bitter Peach. I love Bitter Peach. Soleil Neige. I love that. I also have Soleil Blanc. I love that. Um, and I have the oil for Soleil. What is it? The beachy one. I don't forgot what that one was, but it's the beachy one with the coconuts or whatever the case may be. But I love Tom Ford, but this one is really special. I wanna wear my rose-colored glasses. Speaking of music, and speaking of being a songwriter, I've prided myself, or I've always been proud of the fact that I am a songwriter, that I write my own songs. So I've never really done cover songs. Now, on my page, I do have a cover what I did of George Michael's One More Try. I think I did that when I was like 18. I think I was 17 or 18 when I did that. I think I was 17. But, and I did that. That was like a karaoke. That was not like a studio version thing. That was like a karaoke thing. But I've never really done cover songs. I did one cover song on a show that I did in 2019. It was Make You Feel My Love. I've done that cover before, but I was going to say on my birthday, July 28th, I was going to do a cover of another song. Actually, I'm going to do a cover of Radiohead's Creep. And I don't know if I'm going to post it, yeah, I'm going to post it. I'm going to post it on this page. I don't know if I'm going to post it on my birthday or if I'm going to do it the day after, but I'm going to post it before this month is over. So, yeah, I don't do covers, but I'm going to, do that or whatever the case may be, and we'll see. But, anyways, I think I did get a little personal, but I'll get a little more personal now. This is not going to be edited. I'm just going to go straight through because I just like to talk, and that's just how it is. But I'm going to talk about friendships. In my personal life, I did let one person in on what was going on in my personal life that's outside of my friend group. But I'm kind of going through a little bit right now personally. As we all are, so I don't sit here and make it seem like, oh, I'm the only one that's going through things. People feel sorry for me. No. But lately, also, it's been hard for me to maintain friendships outside of the friends that I have. I have three close friends, and that's SA, Lynn, and I have Chaz, who's like family. Those are my three friendships that have been here for 30 years plus. So those have been my friendships that have been steady. The friendships after that have been rocky. Especially recently, I've lost two friends. I fell out with two friends. One friend I fell out with because that person kept saying stuff, and it was finally starting to get to me. And it was stuff like, pretty much, nobody. It was supposed to be a joke, but don't nobody want you. All those things. And so finally, we had this thing where we were joking about something. Well, the joke was my friend the friend had a Lexus, And the friend jokingly asked me like, "Hey, give me $100." And I was like, "Why would somebody in a Lexus ask me for $100?" And so that turned into a very below the belt joke about my personal life there, because that person knows what I'm going through. That was not true, actually, but it was kind of like taking what was going on with me and taking it to a whole nother level. And so I was just kind of like, why does it seem like every time that me and you are joking, you go below the belt? It's like you always bring up the fact that I'm not in a relationship because this person is married. And it was always like, I'm going to, my spouse because I got one and you don't. It was kind of one of those, like, very nasty. And to me, it was kind of like, do you really believe that nobody wants me? I mean, it wasn't one of those things where I was just kind of like, oh, well, maybe my friend is telling. No, no. It was kind of like, so do you really believe that? Because people really, a lot of people suspect that if you're not in a relationship, that means you really want to be in one and you're not getting that opportunity, or basically nobody wants you. And the thing about me is I don't just, claim relationships, or I don't just go around fooling around with people, and because I want something. My thing is I want something. I'm a monogamous type person. I want to be with one person. Yes, I do. Um, I want to be with only one person. I want to eventually get married. It's not like I would go into a situation like, "Hey, I like you, let's get married." No, it's like I want to be with somebody who wants to build to that point. And so a lot of times it hasn't worked for me because at the gate, because I'm 40, I'm going to be 41 years old, and I just say this is what I want. And when they hear marriage, a lot of people think that when you say marriage, they think that you want to get married to them tomorrow. It's like, no, dog. I said that's what I want to work towards, or work towards, something that's long lasting, monogamous, and that's really what I want. But people hear those things and they think that you automatically want to get married to them. It's like, no, I barely want to talk to you. Actually, the person I really want to talk to, I'm not talking to, but I'm, whatever. Anyways, that's another story. But I was just like, you really believe that? And so the other friendship is kind of like, I don't even want to talk about that. But this is what I want to say. The thing about me and in friendships and in relationships, let's just say that I'm in a relationship, or even with my friend, and let's say dating. I'm in a relationship with somebody, and this person says, "Hey, we're outside or whatever the case may be, or we're even just talking. This person right here did this to me, and I don't know, I don't fool with that person no more." Now, this is my personality. Now, I'm not going to hate that person because you do, but if I see that person, if that person talks to me, I'm gonna say, "Hey," but that's all you get. Hey, bye. I'm the type, I'm not going to, now I don't hate you, but my boo don't like you, so I don't fool with you. So that's just how, I mean, you can call that crazy, but that's just how I am. And even with my friends, I know my friends, my close friends, my three close ones that I mentioned, if they say that this person hurt them, I'm not going to go and talk to that person. Now, although, like, that's y'all issue. However, this is my friend right here. This is who I'm loyal to. This is who I'm on this person's side. I don't care if your story is right or whatever the case may be. I'm on this person's side. So it's not. I don't hate you because that's y'all issue. But and however, me and you ain't never gonna be cool. So we can say hi, bye, and that's what it is. But people are not like that, and I have to understand that because I've talked to people recently, or been friends, not relationships, but friends with people that know that somebody hurt me, like legit hurt me in some way. Now let's not say hurt like they did something that was so, because my brother played football. I fight because So when I say hurt, like they hurt my feelings or whatever the case may be, they done something to me. Although those in the past, I'm not really, that person that's kind of like, oh, you hurt my feelings. That was kind of like, but that something was done between me and this person. I don't understand how you go out of your way to talk to them. I don't get, that's not my life. So I don't understand how, my friend who I'm supposed to be loyal to, friends with, had an issue with you, but I'm gonna go out my way to talk to you, and then I'm gonna let you know, hey Durant, you remember? I know that you and so got an issue. I went and introduced myself. Why you do that? Like what? That's not my life. I'm just trying to figure out, am I the wrong person? Am I just like asking for too much? Because my thing is, if I'm in a relationship, dating, well, relationship, even dating and just friends with somebody, and they said somebody did them wrong, I don't go and I would never go introduce myself to that person if I don't know them. Like, why would I do that? But people do that, and they make it like I'm just crazy because I'm just like, okay, so I have an issue with that person. You want to tell me that you introduced yourself? Like, how am I supposed to feel about that? I don't feel great about it. So if I'm wrong, then I'll be wrong, but I'm gonna continue to be like that. So because I wouldn't do that, I wouldn't go introduce myself to somebody I know, somebody I love, doesn't fool with. Like, I don't get people's logic. I just don't. I don't get people's logic. And this is why I don't understand. And like, I've had issues where people just, it's just so weird, and I'm just like, it can't be me. Like, I had a situation with this person that I really like, and I get it, whatever. And it's like we made plans to go somewhere like a month in advance, and it's like the plans were canceled. And I understand now, like things pop up, you forget, like, oh yeah, I was supposed to go out, but then it's like to tell me like a few days later, because you're at an event, say, oh, I was invited at the last minute. Like, how am I supposed to feel about this? It's like people don't understand where I be coming from, and I'm just like, I can't be this lost. And then on top of it, these three people over here, they understand me because they still are here. And we don't have these blow ups ever. So it's so weird to me that people don't get it. Like, how do you cancel an event, you cancel something, a plan that we had, and a month in advance, and then you tell me like, oh well, I went to this event because I was invited at the last minute. How am I supposed to feel? You can go to this event that you was invited in the last minute, but I just don't get the way people operate. It's weird to me. So I'm like, maybe this is why I'm single and ain't really having these friends. I'm not really understanding. Like, I had a person that I fell out with. It's like, you tell me all the time, like, these people, I'm not with these people. I don't hang out with these people. I just talk to them because of this and it. But you the main one on there talking in the chat. You are one of those people who are just here to, just because of this. But you in the chat having more, like, conversations than I do. But you always tell me like you don't need to be talking to them about that. You just need to be doing your own thing and doing this. But yet you doing what you tell me I shouldn't be doing. And it's like, oh, I'm not gonna be a part of the Zoom call because they gonna be talking too much about nothing. Then when I see the Zoom call because I wasn't there, you're the main one on the screen talking. So I'm just like, it can't be me. If it's me, then I will accept it. I'm an adult. I can accept it, and it'll be just what it is. But I don't get it. I really want to understand how. And then people really are frustrating because not everybody, a lot of people like to play the victim. I can't do victim. Like, and even with some situations where I feel like I wasn't in the wrong, I was apologizing just to, try to make it right, mend the fence. But it's like, I shouldn't be apologizing for shit. Like, I didn't do nothing. I bought these tickets or I did this and I was waiting. I took my part. I was doing my part. But I didn't cancel no plans. I didn't do anything like that. But everybody wants to play the victim. Everybody wants to look like the bad guy and then want to gaslight you. And in 2022, it's best to not gaslight Durant Searcy. It's just best not to do it. This is not the season to do that to me. So if that's your ministry, then you probably, yes, I will be very fine with being single for a little while longer because I'm just like, somebody has to understand me because it's just like, I don't like it all boils down to I don't like fake shit. I don't like fake shit. I don't. It just doesn't. Everybody says that they don't like it, but I'm just seeing too much of it with people that I see personally. It's just too much fakery and fuck shit going on that I can't take. And it's like everybody wants to look like the good guy. And so instead of saying, Durant, I don't fool with you, I'm just gonna say, hey, I can't do this. Something came up, but then it's like, oh, I was invited to this last minute. Can you could have just told me flat out that I don't fuck with you. That probably would have been less hurtful. But at any rate, people are gonna walk around continuing to think they are the victims, and that's okay. But I think that I've been very nice, but I can't be nice no anymore. So it's not walking around like you're angry or that you're think you hard or something like that. It's just like I just really am going to just keep it all the way 100 with people that come in my life from here on out. It's not like a thing to be hurtful. It's just like you do something, I'm going to say you did it. And if you say something, I'm going to say something back. If you curse at me, I'm going to curse at you back. And so, yeah, people have just been a disappointment to me. Not my close friends. My close friends have been steady. It's just everybody else. I just don't get it. And that's another reason why I'm just not clicking with anybody on the dating part too, because it's just like I can't take the fake and phony. You can do that with somebody else, and you just can't. I mean, you can probably do it with me and get away with it. The only way you'll get away with it is because I just don't know, because I'm just ignorant to it. But it's just like people have been very flaky, and I'm not here for it. Anyways, but hopefully one day, I'm not the person who's, supposed to, I guess, tell these people, because I can't tell that person that, you did something to me, just like this person right here. I'm not interested in a relationship years ago. I'm not interested in a relationship, but you ended up in two after. It's like you can't, it's like what? You can't, I'm not the person who's meant to tell them, y'all did something to me. But I wasn't the person to teach you whatever the thing you were supposed to be taught for doing something to me. So, and I'm sitting here joking, but when it comes to like the scheduling the plans and canceled it, then somebody saying, "Hey, I was invited to this at the last minute." They're very hurtful. I'm sitting here laughing and joking about it, but all these things have been hurtful in some way to me. And I've tried to, with those people, let them know how hurtful it was before I blew up, and they just didn't listen. Cause that person that canceled the plans that we had like a month in advance, I remember saying how I felt, and it was like, "Oh, you seem upset. Sorry." See, right there, I should have been fighting, but therapy has worked, so I didn't take it to where it should have gone. Because like that was very kind of passive aggressive to me, but they just don't know, but because everybody's the victim. So anyways, I wanted to share these because it's funny because all this stuff that I have here is all black owned. I was just looking at it just a second ago. Do y'all wear sunscreen? Just off topic. This is Cay Skin. This is sunscreen. Well, it's body oil, and it has SPF in it. Black owned. Woo! And y'all know, if you watch the video, please don't forget about me. You will see Sk+nMuse. You probably can't see it here. I don't know how people do that, but Sk+nMuse. This is Sk+nMuse Body Oil. Oh man, it's like some Egyptian honey. It's Devine Body Oil, and it smells so. This is another thing. I'm on a no buy, but I can't not have this. And Skin Butter is another. I have like all of these, but Skin Butter is another brand that's like black owned. I think she's a model, but these are my favorite. I got honey almond, yes God, And what I do with these, and this is cocoa vanilla. Man, this smells so good. What I do with these, as soon as I get out the tub, I don't dry myself out like this. I just kind of, and then I put this on. Well, I put body oil on first, and then I put this on. And I forgot, I don't have it here, yeah. But there's a black-owned company here in Dallas, also called Panty Cakes. They have like this oil type thing that I put on as well. So I keep that in the bathroom. But yeah, I put this on, and then after that, I kind of dry myself off a little more, telling all my business. And then I put on like body moisturizer. Even though this is moisturizing enough, I like to top it off with something else. Which sometimes this, what is this, TPH, Taraji P. Henson's brand? Oh man, she has some good stuff. This is in Walmart too. This is Watch Me Whip. This is tuberose and vanilla. Man. That smells good. It gives me more winter vibes though, but I'll wear it now. And speaking of winter, this right here, somebody said that this smells like sulfate, but this is Fenty's fragrance. I got 3 of these. Well, I have one that's finished, and this is my second one. But oh my god, I love this. You know, I'm a Fenty fan, man. I got the lip oil too. But anyways, this video is long. I feel like I've been on here long enough, and I'm not editing none of this. So if I stepped on any toes, I'm not sorry. Nah, I didn't say anything crazy. But yeah, I just really want to, you know, when it comes to my friendships and even, you know, future relationship, I just really want to be with people, be around people who are genuine. And everybody wants attention, so I really need somebody that's low-key in my life, because I just need somebody. All my friends are very low-key, my close friends, except one. I have two that are very, very low-key. They're not even on social media. And I have one who, you know, goes live on Facebook every once in a while, but still very low-key. But I really like low-key people. I really love low-key people. They kind of bring genuine low-key people, not people who say they are and really are not. And it's not like I want to outshine them because I'm a singer. Because I have a friend who can sing just about anybody in R&B world on the table. She doesn't want to be a singer. But it's not like, I have a friend that's not part of the 3, but a friend, Ricky. I think he's really amazing as a singer and a songwriter. I really respect him as a songwriter. I just like low-key people. It's not a competition thing. It's just I like people who are different from me. That's all. That's the only thing I can come up with. But anyways, I'm finna get on out of here. Please stream. I really don't want you to stream, but please, if you must, stream Dream About You. It's doing really, really good as far as YouTube is concerned, which is weird because my video, Please Don't Forget About Me, is still in the hundreds. And I think last time I checked, Please Dream About You was like 2,000 and something. And I'm like, y'all don't want to see my face? Even though Please Don't Forget About Me, I broke out really bad the night before that. And I did not want to be on camera that day, but I couldn't because you can't just... When you do studio time or videos, you can't just cancel unless you got money like that. But I would lose my money because we had already canceled like 2 or 3 times already because I was sick and some other things. So I broke out really bad, and I was so not here for being on camera. So, but it turned out okay. You still see some bumps on there, but it was just like, I mean, I couldn't do anything about it. Something had gone on. I think it was stress. I think it was stress. Cause you know I worked in HR at that time, and it was, that job was, it's a lot. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna turn 41 on the 28th, 11 days from today, and I just want happiness. I want happiness, whatever that is. Hopefully that means somebody who got some sense in my life. through sickness and health. Anyways, bye.